lovely Patreon peeps, happy Monday, welcome back to the sewing room. So after yesterday's video and kind of fabric disaster, I have slept on it and I have made a decision. I'm going to go ahead and make the dress out of this fabric because now that I've pictured it, I think it's going to be a really good version of that dress, but I'm not going to do the piping. I have put up a vote between emerald green cobra corsage with hot pink piping and the dawn anaconda antithesis with the yellow piping, and green cobra corsage is winning, which surprises me, but it is winning and it's still a week left on that vote, so I won't make any final decisions until that vote is finished, but I will abide by the decision of that vote, although I'm not ruling out making both. But what I'm going to do is do the sew along for the dress with this fabric with no piping, and then when I have some money to buy whichever fabric gets voted for, I will buy that fabric and I will then do another sew along which will talk you through the tweaks that you need to make to the pattern, which really there's only one, but the tweaks that you need to make to the pattern to prepare for piping, and then piping the particular details that I like to pipe and how I install it, how I sew seams with it, how I finish off continuous pieces like on the cuff and things like that, because I always intended to take that part of the video out and make a separate standalone mini tutorial with that part of the process, because I appreciate that not everybody wants to scrub through lots and lots of footage that they don't need for a particular tip or technique that they're looking for. So I'd always intended to make 2 videos out of the 907, well 3 technically, because I'm going to do a review, then I'm going to do the sew along, and then I was going to do the piping video. So for me that kind of is the best of both worlds. It means that I can make the dress that I wanted to make because I genuinely was like ready to cut out yesterday and get it sewn up today, so I'm just a day behind on that schedule, but never mind, it's fine. But it means that I get to make this dress, which like I say, now I've pictured it as this fabric, I can't imagine it being anything else, and I will have a lighter version as well, which is great because the current one that I have is very dark, as you guys know. I have it here, so why not show you this one. So I'm going to have a light version, I'm going to have a dark version, and then I'm going to have a Larry Bright in your face version, because we all know that Cobra Corsage and Emerald with hot pink is going to win. And I think that covers all of the bases with that, and it gives me like everything that I wanted without having to do 2, or without having like 2 videos that are basically, one is just a shorter version of the other. It makes sense in my head, basically, is what I'm trying to say. It's an extra dress that I hadn't intended to make, but I think it's going to be a beautiful dress now that I've envisioned it. And the way I'm going to get around the shadowing from this fabric is I'm going to fully line it. I've fully lined the navy one because I prefer that finish, but with that navy fabric it wasn't sheer enough that it had to be fully lined. Oh hello, that it had to be fully lined. This one is sheer enough that it has to be fully lined, so I can kind of get around the comments from people being like, oh, why do you line all of your dresses, it's totally unnecessary. Well, for this one it isn't. Oh hello, this one it is necessary. So yeah, I think I'm happy with that decision, which is awesome. I'm now going to, and what was I saying? Oh yes, I'm going to fully line it with viscose Marrakein. I bought 20 meters earlier this year because that's what I love to use for lining for viscose dresses. I'm going to do the entirety of the inside of this dress in the white, and then just the collar and the cuffs will have the same fabric both sides, and that's because they're going to also be interfaced, which will help with the opacity. I think I'm going to judge that one as I come to it, and I'm going to do the buttons in the tan colour that I have done for the navy dress as well. So I'm going to make some more self-covered buttons. I have to do 13 for this dress. Fun times. I think that's going to look really cool, and it's going to give a little pop of colour, and I'm also going to have a belt made from that tan fabric because it will go with my navy dress, and it will go with this dress, and it will go with a bunch of other dresses that I've got as well. Like the fabric that I originally was going to use, it looks really good with that, so I'm making a 5951 out of that dress, so the belt will go with that one as well, and loads of other stuff that I've got in my wardrobe, so it's going to be a really versatile belt as well. So I have a plan. Which is awesome. So I'm going to get this dress cut out. I did pack all the pattern pieces away last night because I thought I wasn't going to use them. I'll need to iron those all flat again. But I'm going to get this dress cut out, and then I'm going to move on to getting the jacket and the 3/4 circle skirt cut out from the rayon viscose suiting that I need to have finished by the end of this month. And I'm going to work on those 3 things this week, and then next week I can work on the waistcoat pattern because I need to work on that from my sloper, so that's going to be fun, and I think will actually end up being quite a fun project to both film and do. I have in my head that I was going to do a waistcoat very much like this one because I love this look. And obviously this has a peplum on it, but it's a much shorter peplum than the coat peplum, so I'm hoping it's going to work, but I'm going to do it out of that turquoise fabric that I've got down there, which goes with the Halston skirt video, which I will also need to get the drafting bit filmed as well. So I have plans, and I have plans that I think all cohesively and logically working with each other, so I'm really pleased about that because yeah, I'd gotten to the point yesterday where I was just like, I can't do anything else until I get the 9076 done. Again, an interesting look into how my brain works. Like, that roadblock was just like everything, down tools, everything has to stop until I figure this out, and I have figured it out, so yay. Anyway, I'm gonna get on and get all those things done. I am going to film the cutting out process for this one because you do have to cut this dress out on a single layer because of the size of the skirt panels. I did have a few people comment on the post that I put in the Peeps group saying I should piece the skirt. Would love to, still really wouldn't have enough fabric for the bodice without piecing that as well, and possibly, yeah, it wasn't going to work with that fabric, and it will work for a dress that I don't have to compromise on, so I would rather do that and pivot, which is fine. And then somebody else said, oh, cut out the yoke pieces, the collar and the cuffs in a solid. Again, brilliant idea, something that I would do, but I still don't have enough for the skirt, the bodice and the sleeves, even with putting contrast colours in those places. So yes, really good ideas. I had considered them, but I do think this is the best thing to do because I don't have to compromise with the 5951. I love that dress. It's going to be gorgeous in that fabric. I will have enough to do the little sleeves as well, so it's good. That's going to be a gorgeous dress. This is going to be a gorgeous dress, and there's going to be another gorgeous dress that will do the tutorial, or like the next level tutorial for all the piping, because not everyone's going to want piping on their dresses. Just because I do doesn't mean everyone else is. I think it's the best of all the worlds. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling because that was 8.5 minutes of waffle. I'm going to get on, get all those things done, and I will try and remember to report back later to let you know how it's all progressed. Wait till I find out that I actually don't have 3 meters of this like I thought I did. That will be a meltdown. Hey lovely Patreon peeps, happy Thursday. I filmed last on Monday I think, and then I've just abandoned you since then, and I've had my eyebrows done, so I'm looking particularly scary. I have my eyelashes put
She's
back
actually
on.
not. She's very self-conscious as well. They look fine. I wouldn't have noticed any different had you not said anything.
Because they
No,
feel
seriously.
so dark.
No, I wouldn't have. I think because you've always got your fringe down.
This is true.
I don't.
I can hide it. I
Yeah.
can hide it. I'm getting my hair cut on tomorrow. Haircut.
Oh, I'm getting mine done. I just thank you for reminding me. I'm getting mine done tomorrow. I was like, hang on a minute. Yeah, no.
That sounds familiar.
Yes, I have. I've got my hair for you.
Hair and
tomorrow.
nails tomorrow, so yeah, it's been a proper pamper week. It's been quite nice. And then I've just spent the rest of the time cutting out, which is very boring for you to watch, but I do have an exciting pile.
Oh wow.
Of
This
things.
is all for your
capsule collection.
capsule. Yeah.
Which Nicola's coming back to film.
Exciting.
Yeah.
So it's all the pieces at the moment. It's not together, obviously.
No, so the skirt and the jacket's in there, the dress is made, and then that pile there is the waistcoat, but I need to draft the waistcoat pattern, so that's another video. I will have it done by the end of this month.
But that's quite a good start though, isn't it?
Yeah, there's quite a lot cut out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get in the mood every now and again, and it's just like all I want to do is cut out because everything's set up for it, and I'm just like, and then just like power through and like
I
half
love
the
those
cubby
days
holes.
when you have a really productive day. I can do that at home, and I'll have like client lookbooks to create, and I'm like, right, yeah, let's do this, let's go, boom, 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 and I feel so proud of myself at the end of the day, and I think, gonna do exactly the same tomorrow, be that productive? Can I? No. I'll be like, no, if you're productive one day, it's like I've used all my brain that day and I've got nothing. Nothing left in the tank for the next day.
The next day, yeah.
One day I might get a full 5 days. I'm like, wow, look at what I got achieved in 5 days.
Then you need a week off to recover.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I'm glad I'm not the only one then.
No. So Nicola has her fabric from Sherwood's.
Exciting.
And we have the pattern that we worked on last time you were here. So now we need to modify the pattern because it fits her the way that you want it to.
Yes. Yeah.
So now we need to modify it to add in the details that you want, because the skirt that you want has got patch pockets and a waistband.
And a waistband.
So we need to do all those little tweaks to the pattern, and then we're going to make another muslin just to double check.
Just to double check everything. So it's good to double check.
Yes, and then you can cut out and start sewing.
I'm so excited for this.
Yeah.
Literally, I did bring my own sewing machine as well today. I just said to Sean, I was like, do you know what, I had to actually check that it still worked. I don't think I've used it for about 4 years. So this is literally, I'm an absolute beginner when it comes to this. It will all, I'm sure it will all come flooding back.
It will.
Or it won't, and you're going to have to take me through in baby steps. But it will be interesting. Or I'll be like, I decided not to do a skirt because I cut it too short, so I ended up with a top, maybe. Who knows what we'll end up with.
The biggest tip I've got for you is a complete beginner is don't watch the needle. The needle's going to do the same thing every single time. Loads of people get fascinated by the needle. You want to watch where the fabric's going, because there's guides on the machine.
That's a really great tip.
That will, if you keep the edge of the fabric against the edge of the guide, then it's going to sew that perfect straight line for you. But if you watch the needle, you're going to go all over the place.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. But it's really, because you guys keep asking me for like videos about all the basic, how to start sewing as a complete basic beginner, and it's going to be interesting. Well, no, only because I've been doing it for 10 years now, and so many things that I think of as second nature are like obvious. But no, but that tip, somebody pointed that out to me, and it was just like, that's a really good point, because the needle's going to do exactly the same thing regardless of what you're doing around it. What you need to control is how the fabric goes under the thing. So yeah,
and like you say, it's things that come to you as second nature, whereas
because
someone
I've
like
done
me,
it for so long,
I'm like, oh my gosh, so I've pressed on and the fabric's in place. Now what do I do? Now what?
I mean, the other thing as well is my machine is like super fancy. Like threading mine is just like a couple of like things, and threading a regular sewing machine, I remember having only been using mine for a while and coming to see one, I was just like,
No, it's like you have to like, literally pull it from the top, go up and around here, then up and around there, and then back down again. I was like, it's like a maze. I was like, surely the project's done by the time I've threaded that needle. Surely the whole thing's created, because that seems complicated enough.
The bobbin, getting that done and then in the right way, because mine's a self-loading bobbin as well.
Right,
like,
okay. So I'm taking you back to beginner lessons.
So it could be the two of us like blind leading the blind.
Or you might never see me again, because she's like, I'm not working with her again. She drove me insane. Question after question about, what's this? What do I do now? What's the next step? Have I done it? Are we finished yet? Can I wear it now?
Technically, I am sort of a teacher, so fingers crossed that's not the case.
Because you actually have more patience then, yeah. I might put her to the test.
We'll see by the end of the day. It's like, I'm never teaching again. Everything's off.
There might be some behind the scenes eye rolls like.
We shall see. Anyway, we're not going to film the entire process, but we will check in throughout the day to let you know how we're getting on. But we are planning a video for maybe making your next one if you decide this works for you and you like the process. And yeah,
absolutely. We can tweak this one and then figure out from there.
Exactly.
And then hopefully I'll be quicker and it won't be like a 16-hour video, because who wants to watch that, let's face it, and who wants to edit that for a start?
No.
And I'm not volunteering.
No. Anyway, we will be back later, I think, hopefully, if I remember.
I haven't stormed off.
One eternity later.
It's much later on. There's only been one disaster.
Only one. I didn't realise we were recording. You didn't say like pulling my tights off. It's a nice image for you all.
Yeah, only one disaster. No fingers were sewn through. The spool holder on Nicola's brother machine has been snapped.
Yeah, I bought my machine with me thinking, oh, I can do it, and I had to learn the big girl one, which was actually quite fun. A lot easier than I thought. But yes, I'm gonna have to get my.
You're totally used to a knee lift now, though, as well. You're gonna get yours out.
I know.
And you're like, why can't I
like mine's really basic when I go home now, but. Have to get my one fixed and I can do it. But it's been so interesting. I've had such a fun day, and actually to produce the calico that actually fits my shape. It's a skirt that actually fits my waist, and my bum. Like, I've
With no
never...
gaping?
No gaping. It is literally like, I was stood in front of the mirror going, oh my gosh, Sean, it's like a perfect fit. She's like, well, duh. Of course it's going to be. But I was really excited. I was like, I don't think you understand. It's like a monumental moment.
I get
Of course you do, because of your shape as well. It's very similar. But
Well,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, this is just amazing that we've actually produced something that fits like a glove. And I'm
She's
like, it's
already
amazing.
on the Sherwood's website looking for three more fabrics.
Yes. I was like, then I have this one and this one, and Sean's like, oh no. I'm like, just book me a permanent seat here,
To be
please,
fair,
and I'll be here doing all of this.
We have got to the point where the edges are bound, and now this can start getting sewn together. But we've drafted a pattern, cut out a calico, sewn the calico, put the zipper in the calico, cut out the main fabric, and you have bound all the edges on the outer of your fabric. So that's not bad for 4.5 hours.
That's
like,
pretty good. But a very, and I really novice. Like, I was like, I've got a sewing machine. I can't tell how to use it, but I have one.
Was my tip about not watching the needle helpful?
I was just thinking, you guys like, what was the top tip I gave you? I was like, oh,
I can't remember.
hang on. Yes, it was not watching the needle and actually watching the line of the 5/8 of an inch. And then when we were doing the lining of the
bias
binding, to actually follow then that middle line. So yeah, that was super helpful. Because it's really addictive to not watch that, especially sewing black on black.
Yeah. Her stitching is very straight. I'm not good because it's black on black, so you wouldn't be able to see even if I tried to show you, and I'm not showing you up like that. But it's very good.
I'm very impressed with myself. This is really exciting, but it has opened up a whole can of worms. I can see why this is highly addictive.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Clothes that fit you.
Clothes that fit me. I'm so excited by this. I mean, obviously I, do like make it work and things like that, but it's the bottom halves for me, and a lot of my clients, and obviously not all of my clients are going to go out and make their own things, but it will just be nice knowing that I can actually have that happy balance actually of like half the things that are made for me and well, that I make myself, should I say.
I can also provide you, because Andre from Till the Sun Goes Down has got a comprehensive list of seamstresses over the UK that are willing to take on clients to make things for them as well. So even some of your clients that struggle to find things, that don't want to learn how to sew, you can totally send them to a local dressmaker, because once they've done all this hard work, actually running up a couple of skirts that fit them perfectly with the fabrics and colours that work for them. And now I've also shown you fabric shopping as well. I have to take you to London to the Gold Hawk Road.
Oh my gosh, there's a road trip.
Yeah, we'll have to do that at some point. There's another video for you.
Indeed. We've already had loads more ideas as well today, haven't we?
But I can imagine that you going shopping for your clients with fabrics for them in their perfect colours for stuff that you've seen that you know that they're looking for, and then them having skirts made up. Like when it is an expense to begin with, but having something that fits you perfectly, it makes such a difference.
Yeah, it really is. And like I say, not everybody fits the whole shop board.
I'll have to do another close up on you at Maine.
Words are hard.
You did like the edit that I did, didn't you?
I did. The edit was funny.
I wasn't. There was a couple of times when I've cut out the interim bit of us chatting away where it looks like I'm cutting you off, but it's because there was another 20 minutes of us waffling in between, and I'm like, back to the point.
We do waffle a lot. A lot of this is waffle. So that's okay.
It's been a really fun day, hasn't it? It
has, yeah. It absolutely has.
You're coming back twice more this month. We're doing a wardrobe edit for me, and then the capsule styling at the end of the month as well. And I'm actually going to finish Nicola's skirt for her this time round, just because you want to wear it for a specific event, and you haven't really got time to do it.
We can't physically fit it in, otherwise we would have done. But so I've got the first half down, and then we will. But we did say we'd record the next one.
Absolutely, and Nicola did make the entire muslin. I put the zip in, but only because it's a new machine, and that was the only bit I did. The rest of it you put together.
Yeah, it was really exciting. So yes, look forward to the end result.
Now I've got to get this finished.
Along with everything else.
Yeah, along with the giant pile of things I've got over there cut out. I don't think I need to cut anything else out. I think I need to get on and do some sewing.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, but
tonight, rest. Now it's rest time. Although I've got 2 clients to go home and chat
So
to.
that's the only reason she's leaving now. She's got more
I've
work
got client
to do.
work. I've got 2 clients to speak to tonight. So yeah, one's going away for the weekend, and one is her lookbooks that she wanted to have together from her latest shopping trip. So that's exciting.
But she has literally got like a list in front of her of different websites to go and check out when she gets home for like
Very
ordering more
excited.
fabric and getting a belt made and all sorts.
Literally am. I'm like replanning everything. So I'm having. I think it's just I spent so long. Like, you know, the last 3 years I've sorted everyone else's wardrobes out. And I've made a point of this year I'm taking myself through my own client journey, and obviously I know my colours, I know my shape and everything like that, but my wardrobe I've absolutely made last for, you know, the last 3 years. And now I'm like, no, I really want some new pieces in for myself. I just don't get time to do it for myself. Whereas now I'm like, right, this is my time. So actually now it's exciting. I'm going to have half of it made, that I'm saying half of it made. It's going to be Muggins here that does it, 'cause that's the whole point. I am going to learn how to do this. So it'll be really exciting to have those pieces that I've been wanting for ages. And once I've got those sorted, I'm gonna take myself on a nice shopping trip.
She's already talking about the bodice sloper and the trouser sloper, and she's bought some dresses today that you love, but you can't.
But they don't fit for whatever reason. They're ones I picked up in the sale because I liked.
No, I'm not altering them, and neither is she.
No,
we're gonna draft
not.
from scratch.
No, I don't want to alter them. I was like, look, these are ones I literally got as like £5 bargains in, I don't know, whatever shop it was in the high street at the time. I was like, I liked the dress, but it doesn't fit, so I just got them. Because I'm like, at one point, when I first started looking at all of fashion design, way back in 2013, I'm like, at one point I want to make something like this, but I just don't know how, and I've still got them, so I've brought them out to show you today, just for some ideas of like, you know, what's possible, basically, when you've drafted all your own patterns and everything. Then you're like, oh, actually, you know, you can, like you said, you can turn it into anything.
And we talked about this earlier, this is supposed to be a really quick goodbye and we've been waffling for 7 minutes, but what's interesting is that we have nearly identical body measurements. Nearly identical. There's like half an inch in it in a couple of places. But our proportions are very, very different. I have the long torso and Nicola has the very short torso. So she's been trying on a couple of bits and pieces from mine, and whilst technically they fit, they're not perfect. That's another underlining fact of like, once you've got your own body shape mastered and you know what to make for yourself, like, then having the ability to just be like, okay, I just need to tweak that and then do this.
It's amazing. It's really exciting.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to be a regular here in the little sewing studio.
She keeps saying she's going to check in on me all year to make sure that I'm getting all these things done. She'll be here in the corner going, just making another skirt.
I'm like, but while you're doing yours, can we just also do mine? And then I'm like, let's me do a make 9 too. And I was like, why not just make 18? And then I'm like, she's like, okay, let's just steady on here, because I've now got to achieve mine and oversee you doing yours.
I think I've also talked her into a YouTube channel. And
because
a lot of you guys were asking about that.
And I was like, I've read back through, I need to respond to some of them as well, but I've had a look at some of them and I was like, oh, do you know what, I think I'm missing a trick here. Maybe I do need to do a YouTube channel, and, you know,
I'm a bad influence.
Or a really good influence. I feel like we're gonna end up talking each other into certain things.
This is
It's all good. It's all good.
Anyway, you really do have to go. So
I really do have to go.
I hope you enjoyed the tiny little bit that we filmed today. Sorry there isn't a finished skirt to show you, but we have done a lot for the time that we had, and there will be a finished skirt to show you soon. So I'm going to say goodbye, but I will be back tomorrow for more waffle, because I need to start sewing some of the stuff that I've cut out. I was going to try and cut more stuff out today, and it's like, who am I kidding? I overtook. I need to sew up the pile of things that I have. I think there's about 8 things.
There's loads there. There's absolutely loads. You've been very busy cutting.
I have, yes. And I've even done all the bits that I like, the interfacing and the linings. I hate doing those bits, and they tend to leave them to last, and then projects get sat there because they're just like, oh, I need to do the thing, I don't want to do the thing.
Everyone does that, but it's the thing they don't like doing off last. Do anything else.
It's going to be good. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. So I'll see you tomorrow for more waffle.
Bye.
Hey lovely Patreon peeps, happy Saturday, welcome back to the sewing room. I went into town yesterday and have had a haircut, believe it or not. This is just a trim though. I have decided that because it's such good health at the moment, I'm going to see if I can grow it out a little bit longer, because I do prefer to wear it up most of the time. So yeah, that's a haircut, and I've had my nails done as well, very mermaidy at the moment. I have just been getting the sewing room back into sewing configuration. The next project I'm going to work on is the 9076. That does need to be the next project that I work on because I have promised you guys for such a long time now that so long is coming. So that is the next project I'm going to work on. The other thing that I have done is picked the bag for the sewing retreat, and I have got together a kit to make my first bag, and then if I like it, so I want to make like a muslin first. If I like it, then I'm going to use these two fabrics or leathers. These ones I've had for ages, and this one was a Christmas present or birthday present from James and Nia. I've got two of these skins, which is good because there is sun damage on one of them, and not from having lived in here, and also this one I had folded previously. I'm glad that I've got two skins because they're quite small, and so I'm going to need to cut out around the sun damage. I will find something to do with the rest of it because it's not like it's a nasty colour, and so if I was cutting out maybe like key fobs or something to go with it, that would work. If I like the bag, which I think I will, and you will be seeing it soon, I will cut out the bag again out of these. So I'm using and have ordered the rainbow hardware for both bags. The other set of fabrics I'm going to use, so this is the one that I'm going to use as my wearable muslin, as it were. So this is some Harris tweed that I picked up from one of the shows, and it's a remnant. It's a really decent sized remnant. So yeah, I'm gonna make it up in this faux leather that I got from the Textile Express, which they don't have anymore, sorry, because I got it a long while ago. I've made my Carter messenger bag out of this, and I really like it. And after I made the Carter messenger bag with silver hardware or nickel hardware, and then kind of realised that it would look perfect with rainbow. And I have enough rainbow hardware for one kit, and then I've just placed an order with So Hot for the few little bits that I'm missing because I need some strap ends. Don't have any rainbow strap ends, but I have a few little bits and pieces missing for the second kit that I'll need if I like my wearable muslin to then make it out of these leather skins. And I am pretty confident that I am going to love this bag. Mum is going to be making one too, so I needed to buy her some magnets because there are magnets as well. That is a project that also needs to happen quite soon because I said I would announce the bag that we're doing at the sewing retreat in February so that everyone has time to order their kits and fabrics, etc, etc, which I'm excited about. I think it's going to be a really nice bag, and it's a company that I've not used before, and I do think I can add some value to the pattern as well because it's a really well written pattern. I'm not saying it's not, but it doesn't have a video sew along, and there are a few things that I want to tweak because it's me and I just prefer different finishes to the ones that the bag or the pattern has suggested. So basically I've just been down here kind of tidying things up, printing patterns out, putting kits together, then placed an order, like I say, with So Hot, and doing sort of bits and pieces like that, and I've got all that done. So now I probably ought to get on with sewing, which means I need to start on the 9076, which I am excited about. It is a dress that I love, so I need to just get over my fear of filming a sew along. And it's not a fear, I'm being irrational, fully aware. My little brain is just odd, we know this. So yeah, I do need to still film my what I made in January video and my Anaconda Antithesis, how to plan a collection around a print. And Anaconda Antithesis is something I want to work on for the next sort of 3-4 months possibly, because there is a lot of pieces in there, although quite a lot of them are things that I've made before, and there's a lot of knit projects in there as well. So they'll be getting, the knit projects are also all the ones that are on my Make 9, which is awesome. So yeah, I need to film the kind of, so it's kind of like a big what I want to sew for the next 3-4 months, as I say. But the other thing that I've been asked as well is, how do I plan a collection like that? What are my thoughts and theories behind how I pick fabrics and pair fabrics with together, and what pieces I want to make. It doesn't, you don't have to sew in collections. I like doing it because it kind of looks really cohesive, and it's something that I enjoy putting together. And I first really saw it on Emily Hallman's Instagram and blog, and I really liked her way of sewing. And as I say, it's definitely not something that you have to do, and it's something that some people may not enjoy at all, but it is for me something that just kind of makes sense. And this one is an easy one, or a good starting one, because there's really only one print and then stripes polka dots and plaids or checks or squares are a neutral in my head. I'm just going to kind of do a planning at how I pick a fabric and then how I plan what fabrics to add into it and then what pieces to add into it to make something at the end that is interchangeable, wearable, and fingers crossed everything goes with everything. That's the theory. That was a lot of waffle, wasn't it? So yeah, that's the couple of videos that I want to get filmed, but I'm looking a little bit scary at the moment because my eyebrows are starting to go zebra-like, which is fine, and I can possibly hide it with my fringe. But yeah, I've put out a really long video this week, so I'm thinking I'm gonna get those 2 videos filmed next week, and so that means basically I just need to start on the 9076 now. Gosh, that was 10 minutes of waffle. I'm so sorry. I'm just kind of like going off on waffly tangents, aren't I? Yeah, I'm kind of excited about the bag project. I kind of want to get started on that, but I really do need to do the 9076. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? Maybe I'll sit and cut out the bag pattern, because all those pieces need to be cut out and stuck together so that I can have a look and see how much I need of and what I need of what. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe that will be the next thing that I do. We shall see. Anyway, I will report back later and let you know how I've gotten on, but I'm excited. Okay, I shall see you later. Bye. I am feeling very productive. I have got the majority of the bag cut out. I've still got the lining pieces to do, but there aren't that many of them. Only 3. So that's quite nice. Well, technically I also need to cut out the zipper pocket, which they don't have a pattern piece for because it is a rectangle, and I am going to add pocket supplement A from Chris W Designs because I like having extra pockets on the inside of my bags, and so does Mum, and Mum is going to insist on having that regardless of whether I want to put it in or not, so I'm going to because it's just easier. So yeah, got most of it cut out. But Dad's just messaged me or rung through the Alexa and said that dinner will be in 4 minutes, and that was about 5 minutes ago, so I need to call it a night for now. And I also need to get this edited so that you guys can see this evening, then also schedule the hangout for tomorrow. So it's been a good week. I'm very happy with everything that I've got done, and the rest of February is just going to be spent filming and sewing, which is very exciting. Well, a little bit more cutting out tomorrow because of, you know, bag linings, but then filming and sewing. So I hope you've enjoyed the little bit of waffle from this week, and I will see you all next week for more. So I shall see you then. Bye.